Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is week 4 November dividend income report where I share my real portfolio numbers, real passive income, and my real journey towards financial independence through income investing and safe margin use. Before I begin, just a reminder that I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I share here is for educational and entertainment purposes only, based on my personal investing experience. Please do your own research and make sure any decision you make fits your risk tolerance. So here's the latest snapshot of my portfolio. My portfolio value is now sitting at $143,000, which is higher than last week. But I'm still showing about $16,467 in unrealized losses. And my passive income rate sits at 22.4% or about $32,000 per year. Yes, I'm still in the red overall. Yes, the unrealized losses are still there, but this is exactly why I do these weekly updates, transparency. And honestly, these up and downs are completely normal. November has been a very choppy month for the markets, and this is something every investor goes through. Now, let's talk about the broader market, because this week ended on a surprisingly positive note. The US markets actually finished the week higher. The S&P 500, Dow, and Nasdaq all had a 5-day winning streak leading into November 28th. The S&P is now just below its all-time high. This move was driven by renewed expectations of a December Fed rate cut combined with stronger data earlier in the month. There was also a bit of sector rotation. AI and high beta tech cooled down, while pharmaceuticals and travel stocks were among the stronger performers. Liquidity was light because of the Thanksgiving holiday, but even in a low volume environment, buyers stepped in. Investors are clearly positioning for a possible Santa rally. Gold also remains strong, trading between $4,150 and $4,210. Supported by the same rate cut expectations and safe haven demand. Bitcoin stayed stable around $91,000 to $92,500, consolidating after rebounding from last week's panic low near $80,000. Crypto overall was steady but cautious, partly because of a massive 13 billion Bitcoin options expiry, which tends to suppress big moves until the expiry is cleared. Overall, the markets were green but cautious, and our income ETFs behave in line with expectations. Now, let's move into the main part of the update, my week 4 dividend income from November 23rd to November 29th. Before I go into the breakdown, if you enjoy these transparent weekly updates and you find value in following a fellow investor documenting his actual numbers, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow and it tells YouTube that this content is useful. Alright, let's get into my snowball analytics to see the numbers. So on November 24th, I received $19.13 from MSTY. On November 25th, I received $11.40 from NVYY, $61.85 from PLTW, $24.43 from TSLW. On November 26th, I received $9.39 from WPay. On November 27th, it was Thanksgiving holiday, the markets were closed. And November 28th, Friday, I received $114 from BTCI, $34.76 from Chippy, $30.38 from CRF, $10.09 from IWMY, $64.55 from QDTE, $70.60 from QQQI, $124.74 from ALTI, $3.35 from XDTE, $11.44 from YETH, $39.51 from YMAC, and lastly $12.11 from YMAX. So the total week 4 income is $641.77. This is after the 30% withholding tax. A solid week for November week 4. Now $600 over is not life changing, but if I think of it as paying for my groceries, paying for my utilities, and paying for my kids' tuition lessons, this income do make a difference. And this is exactly why I love weekly and monthly payers. They create consistency. Now for my new buy this week, I've added 80 shares of TDAQ at $25.55. I did a video to explain this new buy. I will put a link of the video in the description below. This position is still small compared to my core holdings, but I want exposure to mega cap tech performance plus the daily options income that TDAQ generates. More importantly, it adds another source of recurring distributions to the portfolio. I also want to take a moment to speak to everyone watching this during a volatile November. Last week was mainly red, and this week is mainly green. These choppy weeks are normal. In my more than 10 years of investing experience, I've seen this over and over again. The market will always find a reason to justify the dips and the rise. You always hear about AI bubble, Fed rate cuts or rate hikes, Bitcoin sellout, or going to 200,000 by end of the year, President Trump tweeting about his tariff plans, etc. There will always be headlines to justify the market movements. But what matters is how we respond. Stay calm, don't panic sell, don't over leverage, keep some dry powder ready for opportunities, and stick to a strategy you understand. Even though my portfolio is still in the red, my income continues to grow. My margin remains safe, and every week, distributions come in like clockwork. That's the entire purpose of this strategy. Stable, consistent income over time. So that's my week 4 update. My portfolio is around $143,000. My total weekly income came in at about $641. I've added 80 shares of TDAQ. The markets are showing cautious optimism heading into December. Bitcoin is consolidating around 91,000, and passive income continues to build steadily. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.